If any of you feel that you have arrived here because of a sin, this is not a gathering you should be gracing. Shiva, willfully with his Swatantra Shakti, has got entangled in these impurities that you see as the world outside of you. Those who look outside dream. Those who look inside awaken. Don't make any noise. I want to remember my password. If I am giving a lot of space between my sentences, it is for you to find that silence in which you can remember. Do you have to ask a seed, what will you become? It remembers and becomes. You are not learning about the self, you are returning to it. You're involuting to it. He looks at the flag of the temple and remembers Sriman Narayana Vishnu. The illusion is lifted. That you are beyond the illusion, you are the divine Rishi. The next 300 years, humanity will undergo a profound civilizational reorganization, not technologically, but spiritually. Kali Yuga has ended as of 21st March 2025. All Shivas will magnetize each other. This is not a gentle call for awakening. This is a cosmic command to turn the wheel of dharma. You are not an apprentice on the path, but you are a cosmic smuggler. Then we must recognize our role in this itihasa. My role is to wake all the Natharshi, the Kaulas. There is going to be Utsarpini, the conscious, the universal consciousness is moving upwards collectively towards Har Shiva. When all the 116,000 Rishis remember and show up, the Yuga is turned. Abhinava Rupa Shakti Gupta Maheshwara Devaha Yamala Rupo Abhinava Gupta Shivaha Vande Vande Brahmaramba Vande Mallikarjunaha Vande Adi Shaktinatham Shambho Ramanatham. We have a few smugglers here in this gathering. I will reveal at the end. I'm going to reveal and engage all of you in a beautiful awakening, a remembrance process. All the ancient Sanatana traditions, from the Vedic Rishis to the Tibetan Siddhas, affirm that every being takes birth with a sacred intention. If any of you feel that you have arrived here because of a sin, this is not a gathering you should be gracing. We, from this Sanatana Dharma, consider your arrival here on earth to be fulfillment of a sacred vow that you made to your own higher self. Please do not think that when I say sin, I'm referring to the Judeo-Christian Abrahamic culture. There have been mystics like Meister Eckhart, who promises of a whisper that embodies a vow made before birth. So this is not any religion specific. This is a tradition. This is a parampara. This sankalpa, this pledge, vow, promise gets buried beneath the noise of this world. Have you ever wondered in this cacophony of woke and awakening, something important is getting lost, something you are forgetting, but remembering what you promised to yourself will bring you to that very moment of eternity, isn't it? As the Zen koan says, show me your original face before your mother and father were born. Show me your original face before your father and mother were born. What does this mean? Did you have a face before your parents were born? If you are able to find your face before your parents were born, you would be Shiva. You would be existing before creation, before the first masculine and the feminine, before Adi Shakti Natha. Can you see that face? The best you can see is the face of your father and mother fused together. Shiva and Shakti together. I'm sure many of you have heard of George Gurdjieff, the great mystique philosopher, considered the most dangerous European of the past century. Did you know how he became spiritual? As a young boy, he experienced a very shocking event. His childhood friend dies tragically, suddenly. It should have traumatized a normal person. It unlocked an inner certainty. For Gurdjieff, he was sure that he had forgotten something vitally important. He remembered that he had forgotten. How many of you can relate to this state? How many of you feel that you have forgotten? How many of you can remember that you have forgotten? Gangadharji, thank you. I heard something from your end. I'm hoping you remember. From that moment, Gurdjieff began to recall subtle truths, esoteric images, even started remembering teachings he had never studied. His lifetime journey from deserts of the Egypt to the monasteries of Tibet and beyond, his visit to Shambhala, was not searching for something new, but it was a quest to remember what he once vowed, promised to do. Gurdjieff says, man must die and be reborn. Only then he can remember. Only then he can do. The same thought that Gorakshanath had said, Mar jogi mar, aisi maut mar, fir kabhi marna na pade. Oh yogi, die, and die such a death that you will no more be dead. Reaching the understanding of immortality. Gurdjieff, however, called his method self-remembering. He calls it the work. His parampara is called the work. And what does the work do? The work asks you to remember who you are. That is why we ask all our students and disciples to allow yourself the understanding and knowing that you are Shiva. Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. Permit yourself to remember that you are Shiva. It is that one Shiva playing the many. Shall we take a small pledge promise at this juncture? Before we go any further in this gathering in grace, by a show of hand, can you tell me if you're ready to repeat this vow? I will read it to you in case you don't feel like doing it. And then we can chant it or repeat it one line at a time. Namah Shri Adishakti Natha. On this sacred occasion, with humility and reverence in my heart, I take this vow. I'm here not just to learn, but to remember. To awaken the seed of my ancient vow, I do not come here as a beginner, but as a forgotten traveler who once took a sacred resolve before birth. I come here today to awaken that smriti, that memory from a time beyond time. As Krishna said, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. Whenever dharma is forgotten, the divine will come to remind. May today's gig help me remember that the sacred vow that I once made. I invite the inner Rishi to rise within me. Are you ready to take this vow? Those who feel that it is not possible for them to vibrate to this vow can make a vow that they may be awakened in their future lifetimes. Okay? Those who have already made this promise from your previous births can chant this and remind themselves of their previous vow, pledge, promise. Those who feel that they have not done it, if they wish, they can say that they pledge to be awakened in their future lives by Rishikula, of course. I will start with an invocation. Namah Shri Adishakti Natha. On this sacred occasion, with humility and reverence in my heart, I take this vow. I'm here not just to learn, but to remember, to awaken the seed of my ancient vow. I do not come here as a beginner, but as a forgotten traveler who once took a sacred resolve before birth. I come today to awaken that smriti, that memory from a time beyond time. May today's gig help me remember. May today's gig help me remember that sacred vow I once made. I invite the inner Rishi to rise within me. Rishikulyayai namaha, smrityai swaha, atma vedaya namaha. You are asking your inner self to reveal the rhythm, the vision, the vow that still hums within your soul. End with Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. With a willing heart and a silent reception, up with reverence, let us continue. In this mundane existence, understand this as practice that we all do to forget our own divinity, be amnesic to that promise before our birth. Shiva, willfully with his Swatantra Shakti, has got entangled in these impurities that you see as the world outside of you. You need to remember that. That's it. Liberation. Shall we explore how then the soul, the Linga Sharira, makes this subtle vow before birth? Maybe it'll help you wake up if you have already not awakened to your own memory. Why remembering is more powerful than learning? Shall we look at what the Rishis, the Nathas, the Kaulas remind us about our own inner self? If you stick around till the end, I will be sharing some tools to reclaim that forgotten sankalpa. Gurunatha, I feel lost. I don't know what I'm meant to do. Why I came here on earth, here in life, here in this gathering in grace. Sharada Mata's direction today was to remind you, give you the smriti, make you a smarta of that one special recollection. Once having done that, you will never forget. In the Rigveda, the Rishi is not merely a seer, but a rememberer. The seer does not invent truth. They recall it from a primordial silence. If we can achieve that silence within us now, if you can hear the silence between my words, you will recall it here and now. Those who look outside dream. Those who look inside awaken. It's a Jungian sentence. We know even in modern neuroscience that the hippocampus, the memory center, gets activated during deep meditation. When you are focused on purpose and identity, which for our tradition is an outflowing objective dhyana, meditation. Of course, some other time, remind me, I will share with you the esoteric Shakti of Hayagriva, who is the Tattvabhimani Deva of this memory center, shaped like a horse, Hayagriva. Tell me, how many of you have trouble remembering your passwords or ATM pins or your mobile designs? If that is difficult, in this stage, how do you make your soul remember its cosmic mission? That is why to achieve, to remember, you require silence. Oh, don't make any noise. I want to remember my password. I'm sure all of you have done this. When you are so upset that you have forgotten, you want the whole world to be silent so that you can remember. Not just your password, but also the divine sankalpa for which you have come here. If I am giving a lot of space between my sentences, it is for you to find that silence in which you can remember. A lot of people come to me, they say, I am chasing so many things, but I feel unfulfilled. These are spiritual people who talk of the four purusharthas, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. I am seeking all of them. I am on the path. Yet, I feel unfulfilled. Something is missing. We must remember Gorakshanatha's wisdom that flows through the tradition. The true Purushartha is Ananya Uddesha. Ananya Uddesha. What is the ultimate, the fifth, the hidden, the esoteric Purushartha? It is a single pointed resolve to return to the source. Involution, as I call it. It is nothing but the Ananya Uddesha of Gorakshanatha. This is not some worldly ambition. This is the inner fire of the sacred remembrance. The Nathas call it Jati Smara Jnana. Jati Smara, the knowing born from past life memories. You will find Patanjali saying that samskara sakshat karanat punar jati jnanam. When you become aware, when the impressions are witnessed directly, samskarat sakshat karana. When you are able to see your patterns, the patterns don't fall off. They reveal, they show you, you remember how you acquired these patterns. The whole Sri Yantra, if you want to call it that. The moment you are able to see that you are this divine design, Purva Jati Jnanam, you get the knowledge of all your past births. By connecting to every samskara that you may have carried, that you may have wiped out, you remember your Jati Smara Jnana. But Gurunatha, we have never heard of this. I know. We are not interested in remembering because the Maya of the present, even the present is a Maya, is but a divine dream where your sankalpa is being tested every moment. We find the mention of this in Mahabharata, Garuda Purana, even in the Gita, they all point to a forgotten yet esoteric methodology of remembering across lifetimes. This is not a metaphor. This is an inner alchemy. This is why the Nathas taught that the real Purushartha is not chasing worldly aims, but recovering the Ananya Uddesha hidden in our karmic flames. Generally, modern studies, I think they did it for better employee management or something. But there were studies done in the corporate sector. The result was that people with a sense of calling are more resilient. They will get anything done. And they are more fulfilled than just those who work for their salaries or immediate gratification. The more you get a divine calling, a higher calling, the more resilient and fulfilled you will be. That is the natural way of thinking. Do you need a research study for this? Do you have to ask a seed, what will you become? It remembers and becomes. The seed already knows what tree it will become. Your soul's purpose isn't what's written on your LinkedIn profile. It is already encrypted in your breath. That is why in the last gathering in gig, we spoke about prana so much. Unless you are filled with such prana, the memory that you carry in your physical sense, in this bhautika body, cannot remember, cannot come on, cannot light itself on. You are already carrying all the memory of Trikala, of your past, your present, and your future. Do you have enough prana to switch them on? Fill yourself with prana. Many of you may be thinking, this sounds similar to getting enlightened. And isn't that something that I have to earn? The Far Eastern Zen Buddhism, Chinese Chen, which was studied by the Oriental scholars of Europe, came to the conclusion that enlightenment is something that you earn, where you put some effort. That is just one of the ways. Anavritihi shabdat. Anavritihi. There is no return to ajnana, to ignorance, to forgetfulness. Shabdat. For the one who remembers. Anavritihi shabdat. From the Brahma Sutra. Bhadarayana Vedavyasa's Brahma Sutra is saying you will never return to ignorance, forgetfulness, if you remember. You are not learning about the self, you are returning to it. You're involuting to it. The path is not about acquiring something, but it is losing everything that you're carrying as not you. Even Ramana says, liberation is not something to be gained, it is always there. It's not something that is out there, it is already in you. You don't have to climb the Himalayas to find your soul. You can take off your shoe and realize you're already standing on it. How many of you can tell me where you'll be standing if you take off your shoes? You don't have to climb the Himalayas. You can just take off to find your soul, but you can just take off your shoes and realize you're standing on it. Asmita ji, you wanted to say? I can't hear you. You're muted.
अभी भी नहीं पता मुझे कि मैं कहाँ स्टैंड कर रही हूँ. थोड़ा थोड़ा हो जाएगा क्या?
ये क्वेश्चन बड़ा सिंपल है. हिमालय चढ़ के आपको अपने सोल के बारे में पता नहीं करना है.
नहीं पता चलना कर.
जहां खड़े वहीं पे अगर जूता उतार दोगे तो आपको पता चलेगा आप उसी पे खड़े हैं. तो किस पे खड़े हैं आप?
जो भी खोजना है वो अपने ही भीतर है. It is inside me. Yes, that is you are trying to convey. Yeah.
We'll take this very lightly. Asita ji, ये joke है.
Yes.
So I'm asking all of you to understand. You don't have to climb the Himalaya to find your soul. You're already standing on your souls if you take your shoes off. It is not about climbing Himalaya. It is about finding your soul. That is what I wanted to share here. It's not about climbing. It is not about achieving something outside, but remembering who you are. I'm sure all of you know about the time when Narada laughed at Vishnu and said, Vishnu ji, I am beyond all your mayas. I can see through all the illusions. The sleeping Vishnu, the reclining Vishnu, smiled gently and requested Narada to fetch some water. Very joyously, Narada picks up a jug to carry water. He's so happy to quench the thirst of Sriman Narayana. He goes little further, enters a village, looks at the most beautiful, lovely woman he has ever seen, falls in love with this girl, gets married, has children, fights, cries, laughs, forgets Vishnu and Vishnu's thirst. Years pass, the children grow up. One day, when they were fighting, the children and the father, they hear loud, roaring sounds and they look up. The nearest river is flooding. The water takes away the children and Narada is screaming, Beta, Beti, is totally traumatized and in anguish. He remembers nothing of his divine origin. He just sees at a distance the flag of a temple. The temple is already submerged. He's floating by as if the river will take him and drown him. He looks at the flag of the temple and remembers Sriman Narayana Vishnu. The illusion is lifted. It had only been a moment, one step. Narada is still carrying the jug. He has taken but one step. Narada falls at the feet of Vishnu. I too can be subject to Vismriti, forgetfulness. Vishnu tells him, The divine grace will always find ways to awaken you to your own vow, to your own promise that you are beyond the Maya, that you are beyond the illusion, you are the divine Rishi. What have you forgotten? Let me give you a secret hack of the Natha Rishikula. The Guru is not just a guide, the Guru is the hack. The moment of Guru Rupaya is the moment the veil tears, the covering breaks, the moment you realize that the Guru is the Upaya that you had reminded yourself as the hack. It is the rupture in time that lets eternity leak into you. This is when the Vismriti, the forgetting ends, and the Rishi within, the Natha within awakens. We are here to awaken. We are here to remind 116,000 Rishis who once vowed to turn the cosmic wheel, to turn the Kala Chakra. This is not a metaphor. This is the shift. This is the turning. You can read a beautiful book by Bibhudev Mishra called The Yuga Shift. He explains that the next 300 years, humanity will undergo a profound civilizational reorganization, not technologically, but spiritually. Kali Yuga has ended as of 21st March 2025. The traditions that remember will lead the turning. The traditions, the paramparas that know the Yuga shift is happening are the ones who are shifting it. And it is the Natha Rishi Kaula stream that carries the map and the mantra. The shift isn't on its way, the shift is already under orchestration. This remembrance is no idle nostalgia, but it is an electromagnetic intention that is vibrating in each one of us if you remember it. The discovery of Somanatha's joint magnet lingas. I was very fortunate to have received them in my palms, to feel the magnetism at the Kumbh Mela. All Shivas will magnetize each other. The Somanatha in silence. All of you, if you remember your true Shiva nature, right now will feel the electromagnetic charge in your own hearts. This is not a gentle call for awakening. This is a cosmic command to turn the wheel of dharma. If you are still here, and if I am making sense to you, if you feel the vibration in your heart, you're not just a student or a disciple, but you are a rememberer. You are not an apprentice on the path, but you are a cosmic smuggler. Smuggling an ancient vow, an ancient promise hidden in the folds of your linga sharira, of your spirit. Krishna has reminded the same thing to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. Many births both of us have taken. I have been reborn so many times, so have you. I know them all, but you do not remember them. Today, let it be the day you stop searching outwards and start listening to your own inner voice in silence. Today, you remember you are not here to become something. You are here to remember everything that you already are. Can we do that now? Can you remember your own vow, your own sankalpa? Can you remember your divinity? I will open up individually with a simple reminder that for the next 7 days, spend 7 minutes in silence, asking with the sankalpa, what did I come here to do? What did I come here to do? In 7 minutes of silence, contemplate, meditate, introspect on this one question. Write whatever arises. Don't prompt yourself. Write whatever arises. Don't try to find the answer. Try to remember the vow that you made to yourself. All of you must already be Rishis, already remembering who you are. There is another hack. The other hack is to realize that everything is a dream and we are in a divine dream. And in that dream, we are all connected as one great family, one awakened Kula, the Nath Rishikula. Let me share a small story that I was sharing with Sankash when he was here a few days back. If you look at our two major itihasas, Ramayana and Mahabharata, as Sri Rama is being born from the Putrakameshti Yagam, Brahma decides that he will give birth to 116,000 monkeys who will be the army of Sri Rama when he attacks Lanka. Why? Staying in Vanavasa, the Vanavasa Vrata requires that Rama use no technology from the cities, but work with only forest resources. He couldn't have made an army of humans with astras and shastras because of the Vanavasa Vrata. So Brahma decides that he will give birth to all the Devas, the Devis, the Bhairavas, the Bhairavis, the Shaktis, the Yoginis, the Yakshinis, as monkeys so they can fight with their tooths and nails. So don't think Rama was fighting with monkeys. They were all Devis and Devas in the guise of monkeys, in the birth of monkeys. Hanuman is the first to awaken to his own tattva, his own Rudra tattva. That is why we worship the awakened monkey as Hanuman. He awakens and finds in his heart human parents. In the Mahabharata, the same Devan Devatas are reborn. If you read the Amshavatarana Parva, the first chapter of Mahabharata, you will find that Hanuman is being born as Bhima. Lakshmana is being born as Balarama. Because Lakshmana was younger and did a lot of seva. He wants Rama to be the younger brother in Krishna Avatara so that Krishna can do service to him. Vali becomes Karna. All the Indradi Devas are reborn again in the Mahabharata. They are all reborn as Natha Rishis in the Kali Yuga and collectively form the next Yuga by turning it with their remembrance. How many of you resonate with these two itihasa? How many of you wish you can remember? All of you. I cannot see them all. Wait. I think we will have to. Okay, I see Asmita ji, Sankash, Gangadhara, the rest. Open queue. Nirvedanandanatha, Medhananda ji, thank you. Anika, fantastic. Then we must recognize our role in this itihasa. My role is to wake all the Natharshi, the Kaulas, to make them remember they are carrying these divine Shaktis. They are the Devis, the Devas, the Bhairavis, and the Bhairavas who will turn this Yuga back into Dwapar Yuga. But this time it is going to be Utsarpini, the conscious, the universal consciousness is moving upwards collectively towards Har Shiva. When all the 116,000 Rishis remember and show up, the Yuga is turned. Let's hope it doesn't take 300 years and we can see a little bit of turning in this body. If not, let us make a pledge, a promise, a vow right now to come back till this happens. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirabhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamya paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha diskritam dharma samstharpanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Let us come back every time it is required. Have fun doing it. See this as a game, as a leela. Let us remember to remember. Let us forget to forget. With these words, I pray that all of you wake up, remember, heal up, grow up, and show up. Remember, Aghorebhyo, Ataghorebhyo, Ghora Ghora Tarebhyaha, Sarvebhyaha, Sarva Sarvebhyo, Namaste Astu Rudra Rupebhyaha, Om Namah Shivaya. All my Rudras, Rudris, Gora, Agora, and Ghora Ghora, my salutations to you. Adesh, Alak Adesh, Shambho, Ramanatha.